friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Marie and this is my Weaving Fate Tarot and Divination channel. Today is day 4 of the 30-day reading challenge, and for today's reading I have this feeling that we should be doing a right here right now reading, so that'll be the topic. I also mentioned a few days ago that I was being called to do a pick a card, so I believe it was day 2. Spirit wanted to kind of expand on that, so let's do that today. So if you haven't seen day 2, it may not tie into this, but this one will be a pick a card reading, and let's see what we get. Let's get right into it. So let's pick our 3 cards, get our 3 cards. So for pile 1, Spirit, what do they need to know right here, right now? Pile 1. For pile 2, what do they need to know, Spirit, right here, right now? What do pile 2 viewers need to know right here and right now? And for pile 3, one more, Spirit, what does pile 3 need to know right here, right now? It's that one there. Let's go ahead and get some charms also for each pile. So for pile 1, charm for pile 1. We have a couple here. We have a fork, a little, I don't know, slate notebook. Actually, it's a notebook with, if you can see that, numbers like addition on it, mathematics. Let me show you the fork also. And then also the heart with the infinity symbol through it. Excuse me. And for pile 2, Spirit, so we get some charms for pile 2. We have the crusty old coin that I found at the beach. I think it had been in the ocean for quite a bit. So that is one of the charms. We also have a flower, looks like a daisy, and then a little pine cone. And there we have it for pile 2. And for pile 3, quite a few. We have the little seahorse. This is a baby bottle. The bicycle, the old-timey bicycle, I like to call it. Feather. And this is like a little mushroom house. Can you see that? And a marble. And there we have it. So our 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So go ahead and check in the description below for the timestamps, and I will see you at your reading already. All right, hello there, pile 1 viewers. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the pile with this card here, the heart with the infinity, the fork, and the little arithmetic notebook. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is what it says on there also. And let's see, what do we need to know right here, right now? And our first card is transformation. Keeping with the themes of the past several readings for the last couple days. So I'm trying to remember, I think it was day one of the challenge. I talked about, I think we talked about the physical body, we talked about finances, and I think this is tied to that reading. So if you haven't watched day one, that might be one to read, because there's a transformation that's going on within you, and I do feel that this one might be tied to a physical transformation that you're hoping to undergo, and it's somehow tied to how you feel about yourself. That's what's first coming out. But let's go ahead and get some more information. I'd like to get a few more oracle cards to start. Excuse me. If I get more information, Spirit, what do the viewers in pile 1 need to know right here and right now? We have the Muse, generosity and naivety. And there, again, I'm being drawn to food and drink is really, like with the fork. Let's see, let's get one more. We have the cartographer, crossroads and exploration. Let me go ahead and show you both of those. So here is the Muse and the cartographer. And we talked about in that day one reading about how you're working, and this is very much tied to that reading, how you're working through excuse me, how you're working through thoughts and ideas in your own head that might be keeping you from achieving the transformation that you've been working hard at. That there's something to overcome within yourself that's perhaps affecting the speed at which you're getting to your goal. And I do feel for most of you that this is tied to like a actual physical transformation. Like you've been working out, you've been dieting, you've been doing things to try and get yourself to an ideal that you have within, your own mind, your own vision. And you're not quite sure why it's taking so dang long. Excuse me. I want to bring it back to this idea of your brain might be getting in the way of your success. There's something that you're ignoring within your own, that your intuition is telling you, that Spirit wants you to really pay attention to what that is. So get quiet. Spirit wants you to get quiet, meditate, quiet the mind, quiet all the outside noises, the external noise, and tap into your intuition. There's something that you already know, that you kind of have a feeling about regarding what you're doing and how that might be affecting your goals. Like you're pushing too hard perhaps, and that's what we talked about in that other reading. Is perhaps it was an example that I brought up, but that's actually really coming through here, is that you might be pushing too hard. You might be thinking logically you're doing all the right things, but because the body is such a complex machine, every body is different, and that is a beautiful thing, isn't it? But what your spirit guides, your spirit team want you to take a moment to listen to yourself. That is to your intuition. That's how they are connecting with you and talking with you, and you'll know truth, the truth of the matter, what's holding you back. And don't let your brain get in the way. That's a big thing here. Spirit wants you to be able to listen to yourself. This transformation that you're going through, the lessons that you're learning as you're going through this transformation, will go beyond this one thing. Like, will go beyond this physical transformation. These are lessons that you're exploring yourself. I think that's what this card is here, exploration. You're exploring who you are. You're exploring how you respond, how you react, how you move in the world. And this I want to call it trial and tribulation. These trials and tribulations that you're going through right now regarding this transformation are foundational lessons you're learning for the next phase in your life. And so let's get a little bit more information. Let's get some tarot cards. And which one shall we use today? Astro Matrix. All right. So bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. I'm actually going to keep this out because I think that that's really a really important card right here. Because you're dealing a lot with self-judgment, with how you think you should be, how you think you should do things according to others, not according to yourself. And this is where Spirit is getting you to this point of moving past others' judgments and expectations. You're transforming into doing for you, understanding you, knowing you. So I'm going to leave that out there. And I love how it's the Phoenix rising and then the snake coming to meet it. Like, that was a beautiful imagery. Alrighty. You know, there are some of you that aren't doing this physical transformation thing that came out right away. For some of you, it's something different. Pursuing goals is the connecting point here, where there are goals that are requiring you to transform in the same way, where you're getting to know yourself better. You're questioning. You're coming to question your thoughts and beliefs through things not going the way that you thought they would or that you expected they would, because you're being led to this understanding of yourself, the solid foundation of that's going to take you through this next part of your life. Because this feels very transitional, definitely at crossroads here. So we have Nine of Wands. That's what I expected to come up. Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. That sounds about right. All right, so excuse me. Nine of Wands. You've definitely been holding the line. You've been persevering at this quest, at this transformation, at this goal that you've been working towards. But Spirit wants you to bring in a little bit of discernment. And the discernment is not just blindly following what someone else is telling you that you need to do. You have a path that you're being led down. There's a path that you're choosing. And that path is for you. Your soul is choosing this path. And I think that's where this I want to say this slowing down of progress, because that's what it feels like. It feels like you are getting going and then progress has slowed. Because there's a lesson in this for you about knowing yourself and about understanding timing, when to push, when not to, what's for you, what's not for you, what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you. And this is where this Ace of Swords is being handed to you, where you can cut through any naivety, right? Anything that is keeping you from recognizing your own voice, recognizing that you do know what you need. You know best what you need. If you just tune into your intuition and trust, there's trust in here, that self-trust and trusting yourself to know that that's what you need, to give yourself what you need. And then we have Seven of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. I feel like one of the things, so here we go, we've got cups here, cups galore, we got cups galore that are showing up in this imagery. And specific to some of you, especially that are looking at, you know, the physical transformation, perhaps you're tapping into too many different options. I feel there may be too many different options that you're trying. You may not be sticking with one thing long enough. That's the initial message coming through. I think to settle onto the thing that you know that is for you, to stop skipping and jumping through different options of different pathways of trying to get to this thing. There is one path for you. For those in this pile, for those that have been, you know, kind of drawn to this. I think the other day there was more than one way to get to what you wanted, but for this group right here, right now, Spirit is wanting you to focus on what it is that you get from your intuition. You know the right path, and Spirit wants you to trust yourself to get on that path and to follow it. And that's going to restart or really get this transformation going again. And that's what the Ace of Pentacles is. And so, is there anything else, Spirit? Is there anything else you'd like to share with us? I'm trying to decide if I want to do more tarot or let's go with an oracle. Let's go with an oracle. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit, for our Pile 1 viewers today? Is there anything else? I think that's it. We have Pixie Helpers and Green Aventurine. Not all wanderers are lost. Clearing the way, luck, and opportunity. And this is what you're doing. You're kind of clearing the way. That's what this kind of like bit of stagnancy is that you're clearing the way by getting rid of all of this external information coming in that's stopping you from listening to yourself, that's confusing you in ways like, you know, am I supposed to, let's go back to the physical transformation, you know, how many calories in, how many calories out, or what do I need for, say I'm, you know, 25 versus 50, right? Different, and every body is different. Like I said at the start, every body is different, and I think that this here is going to help you if you can bring it into your intuition, because that's where you're going to find the clarity. That's where you're going to find this. That's what's going to help clear the way. And you do have Spirit on your side. Your Spirit team is with you. They are supporting you. They're whispering to you. So there are messages coming through from Spirit. I'm hearing, they're saying you actually hear what they're saying, because they're putting it through media such as the radio. There are certain words and songs, phrases and songs that are sticking out to you. There are certain tarot readings that you're kind of perusing that you see something and it stands out to you, and you hop on in there, and maybe the whole message isn't for you, but there's a little bit of something that you pull out of it. There are pictures that you're seeing. There's things on social media that you're seeing. That's what I'm getting from Spirit, that you'll or in the news, or you'll read something and you'll be like, you'll have that feeling, and you're feeling it in your, I don't want to say the pit of your stomach, it's above that. It's like, it's a bit higher than your solar plexus. That's where you're feeling it. And it feels a little, the feeling is a bit of, you might confuse it with anxiety, but it's not anxiety. It's like an excitement. And that's what you should be looking for. That's what Spirit wants you to look for. It's a very, for you in this pile, it's a very specific feeling, and it'll radiate. You'll feel it. It'll start there at your right around your stomach, and it'll kind of radiate out through your back and up into your shoulders. You're going to feel that. That's the energy of your intuition speaking to you. So practice that. Practice listening to yourself. Try and go ahead and implement some of what you're feeling is right for you, and that's showing yourself. That's showing yourself that you are. It's showing your intuition that you trust it, and then you'll get more and more and more coming through. That's going to help you and get things moving again. This is a great transformation. This is something amazing that is happening for you, because it will set the stage for all future growth is from where you're going from here. So that's the message I have for you today, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. That would be really wonderful. It helps me out. Also, just want to mention, if you weren't here for any of the previous readings, I do have 25% off sale going on for all my readings in my shop on Etsy. That's the only place that I do readings, that I'm offering readings, is in my shop on Etsy, www.weavingfate.etsy.com. You'll also find the link in the description. And thanks for joining me today. I love this. I love doing this. I'll be back again. I'm doing a 30-day challenge, so I shall be back again tomorrow with another reading. I hope you enjoyed this today, and I'll talk to you later. Sending you lots of love. Bye-bye. Hello there, Pile 2. So let's see. You chose the charms, the pile with these charms here. We have the crusty old coin, the flower, and the little pine cone. And let's go ahead and see what your card is. And the card for you is Curiosity with the arrow. That looks like a little martin. Immediately, I'm feeling this, like this archaeology feeling, like you're peeling back the layers, and that's kind of what this is here too. To find something, you're being led, and curiosity is leading the way. And this is whatever it is that you're being curious about. This is precisely where you need to be right now. This feels fantastic. This feels like you've kind of been heeding some spiritual advice already, and you've been, going down a path that is leading you towards knowledge and wisdom, and likely experience that you have been wanting for a while. So that's what Spirit is wanting you to know right here, right now. But let's go ahead and get a few more cards. So you can dig out a little bit more information here. Let's see. Let's see, what else do you have for Pile 2, Spirit? What do they need to know right here, right now? And that one already is coming out. We have the Painter. productivity, and creation. And this does feel very creative, as if you're finding, it's like you're finding gifts that you didn't know that you had, creative gifts that you didn't know you had previously. And that as you've been going down this path of following your curiosity, of looking into the things that really light you up, it has been, you've been finding these little jewels. That's what it feels like. You're finding these little jewels within you of things that you didn't know even existed, gifts and talents that you had that you didn't even know existed. Oh, this is quite beautiful. One more card, Spirit. What does pile 2 viewers need to know? Right here. Actually, I'm feeling that right there. We have the Miser, stubbornness and inflexibility. And that is the antithesis to, or antithesis to, the Painter. Ooh, so this is getting interesting. Let's get some tarot. And what tarot shall we use today for this pile? Yes. All right. We'll get a bit more information about this, Spirit. What I'm hearing as I'm shuffling here is that the more you look into your blocks and your resistance and the things that have been keeping you from your expression, keeping you from expressing what you're feeling inside of you, like the things that want to come out, the more you look into it, the more you're learning. The more is being released, the more is being freed up for you to take advantage of, to bring out into your world. So we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And that's precisely, for me, how I interpret that, is that instead of clinging to maybe old ways of doing things, you're taking a good hard look at it and trying to figure out, well, why am I doing this? And in understanding yourself that way, you're releasing these blocks and resistance and letting other things come through. What else do you have for us, Spirit? What else does pile 2 need to know? We have the 5 of Wands. Let's get all the cards out. Have the 6 of Pentacles, and I know some of you are probably looking at those 2 cards and you're like, pull those. We have the Princess of Swords, and one more, the Queen of Hearts. This is definitely you working through these blocks, and I think that they've been restrictive in the way that's really that clamped down on your creativity for a long time. I think many of you listening to this are a bit older, and that you didn't necessarily let all of this shine, like you didn't let it out, even though you felt these things and you've wanted to express yourself creatively for a long time, and you found your way to this by looking at, without judgment, looking at the blocks, the resistance, the walls that you'd put up yourself. Yeah, that's what I see here. You're breaking through those defenses that you had. They were shadow, likely related to your shadow. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. You have the 6 of Pentacles, which is, all of this has kind of brought you more into balance. I love all the colors. Like I feel so and see so much color in the energy that's here right now. your energy that's here that I'm connecting with right now, which is, it's like this. It's like it's all just coming out. It's like these flowers just coming out of your energetic body. We have the Princess of Swords. I do feel like something along this line. There's a project that you've had going. There's things that you've been doing, and for some of you, I feel like there's this urge to take it one step further, to not be fearful of doing that, to, like, perhaps you have some artwork or photography or something that you're wanting to put out into the world, to have more of a public view so the public can see it, so that it's not just yours. And Spirit is encouraging you to do that. I feel like there are still some blocks regarding judgment where you're afraid, maybe deep down. I know you're probably talking yourself through this, right? You're talking yourself through, well, I know that there's nothing I need to worry about. This artwork is for me, and it's a true expression of myself, and I'm wanting to share it with the world. So I don't feel that this is like a real block. I think you're just going to do it anyway. And I do feel that this is, no matter if it's a competition, no matter the outcome, the goal, the real win is getting it out there. That's what I'm getting from this spread right here, from this reading from your guides. I'd like to get a little bit more about this. What else can you share with us, Spirit, for pile 2? That was a bit specific for general reading. There's something else wanting to come through. What does pile 2 need to know right here, right now, Spirit? We have a Stropholite and Ginkgo, Star Elders, Signs and Symbols, Divine Blueprints, a Mentee. So I do feel that this is kind of like this is definitely something that's been on your soul path. This is really jumping out at me. And the word international. I'm hearing international. Like for some of you, perhaps moving your creations into an international space. Like even here on YouTube, you could take something and put it out and anybody can view it, right? Anyone, well, depending on what country you're in, can likely view this. So that's something that's coming up. This is definitely, I feel like, part of a fated path that you're on that involves this pulling out these very creative qualities and skills and talents that you've had, likely from past lives, that are coming through now, that you're actually able to find new ways of expressing yourself, of bringing your true essence out into the world. Let me get one more card here, Spirit. A little one. I keep hearing a little one. What else do you have for us, Spirit? For pile 2, what else does pile 2 need to know? No, let's do that again. Oops. What else do you have for pile 2, Spirit? I'm hearing, go for it. Don't be afraid of doing it. For some of you, it's even taking a class. Like, I think this might be like a first step for some of you, like a painting class or something. Like, I want to do this thing. And I mentioned that some of you might be a bit older. Don't let age stop you. This is something that is meant for you, that is meant to be part of your life. This learning, this learning through curiosity about yourself, and you're on the right path. Don't stop doing this. This is a wonderful thing that you're doing to learn about yourself, and whatever it is that you're working towards, or that you're trying, that you want to learn how to do, it's really going to enhance your life. we have leader. Exchange energy to create abundance. And through being creative, I do feel that you're bringing in more abundance. Your creativity will do that. I don't know if that's something that you've been worried about, but don't worry. Your spirit team is like, go for it. Definitely go for it. Do that thing. Something very beautiful is going to come out of it. And I do feel like this deck is calling me. Let's go ahead and one more thing. I think there's one more message wanting to come through. Actually, there's a lot wanting to come through. There's a lot wanting to come out for you. Like all the decks are like calling me. I have them all set out here, but they're all calling like, I got something, I got something, I got something, I got something. And I think that speaks to the amount of creativity within you. It's like a well that it's like that overflowing cup. Like it just keeps going, and it will, once you give it that expression, or you continue giving yourself more tools to express it. Music, art, two very important things for you. For those in pile 2, you'll know which one, or both. So we have Sagittarius, adventurous, free, and philosophical. And that is feeling like just getting out, bringing things out, getting things out there. We have Capricorn, which we just had the full moon in Capricorn. Disciplined, tenacious, and resilient. And lastly, conjunction, integration, synergy, and unity. And you're integrating things into yourself. I feel like you also integrate these lessons, these life lessons, through the art. Like, there aren't words that you're using to do this. Like, you don't even need to kind of explain it to yourself. You kind of do the thing. You express yourself creatively, like in art, in some type of art, and it integrates. That's a really beautiful way of evolving, spiritually evolving as a person. The Capricorn came out to remind us to be resilient, like to keep going, like to be disciplined, that this next thing that you set your mind to might not manifest immediately. It might not be as easy as maybe the last time that you learned something new, but to just keep at it. Keep at it. All good things, pal 2, all good things. All right, I think that's it. That was a beautiful message. What a beautiful message and wonderful energy. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for sharing. Like, this little bit of energy was just fantastic, talking with your guides, my guides talking to your guides. Just a reminder, I do have 25% off in the shop, Etsy shop, until the end of the month. So if anyone's interested in a reading, now would be a good time to grab one. I got all kinds. Let's see, anything else I'd like to share with you? Oh, just that I love you and thank you for being here and sharing this time with me. And day 4, I mean, here we go. And the pick a card reading, how exciting. So I'll be back tomorrow with another reading. Hopefully it'll be uploaded tomorrow. If not, it won't be longer than a day. If something happens and I have to take a break, I will find a way to get these readings up. But thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and, well, you know the deal. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello there, pile 3 viewers. So, let's see. You picked the pile with the many charms. First thing that's coming to me right now is I just feel like what I'm hearing is too many options. So I think that it's part of your message today, and we're wanting to know what you need to know right here, right now. Too many options. What else, Spirit? What else can I get out of these charms? I feel like some things are fantastical. I'm hearing also children's books. I don't know if you're a writer, you're writing books for children, but this actually might spark some ideas for you if you are. Yeah, that's a really big thing. The fantastical is what I'm hearing. But that also might be tied to, I think maybe for some of you coming to this pile, the fantastical is fun to get in touch with, to really open up your imagination and to bring out, you know, your creativity. But I'm also hearing, don't get lost in it. Still maintain direction. Let's see what the card is. So let's move all of these here. Oh, interesting. The charms are split by the marble there. The marble is making me think of Jupiter, right? And expansion. Don't know why. It's round, it has colors. It's a planet. But that's kind of what I'm feeling. And almost as if, you know, Spirit is saying, choose the thing, sort through some of these ideas that you may have. Put them into different piles. That's what I'm hearing. Keep things kind of, this thing is like that thing, this thing is like that thing. They share these things, and that might help you to determine, you know, what to let go and what to hold on to. That's what I'm hearing. And the card is focus. How perfect is that? And you know, the octopus, so many tentacles. I'm sure that you're great at multitasking and doing all this stuff, but there's this call to bring things into focus, to specify, and in some instances to categorize in order to make things easier for you. Focus. All right. Yeah. Too many options again. I think you're trying to do too many things. You've got your hands in too many different things, and you're probably feeling a little bit confused because of it. So if you're feeling like this lack of motivation, you know, this inability to stick with one idea, categorize them, put them into, you know, different categories. And try and just work on one thing, the thing that most calls to you right now. Once you've done that, the thing that most calls to you right now, work on that one thing. Give it your time and energy. Focus on it. Because the others, it doesn't mean that you're never going to do it. You will. I feel like you've got lots of time in the world to do all these other things. But focus on this one thing at the start. And in doing so, like, this is a great lesson that you're learning, and learning how to focus on that one thing and being okay with that, because you know the other things aren't going to go away. They'll still be there for you. I know that can probably go to a lot of different topics. You'll know what I'm talking about. That's what Spirit is saying to me. You'll know what I'm talking about. You know exactly. You feel it in your gut. All right. So let's get some oracle cards. Let's see. What does pile 3... I did say pile 3 at the start, didn't I? Pile 3. What does pile 3 need to know right here, right now, Spirit? What does pile 3 need to know right here, right now? We have the captain taking command and teamwork. And I want one more. The catalyst, radical changes, taking control. So we are, again, control, taking command, taking control, making decisions, setting the path for yourself, regaining your focus, taking control of the narrative, of the path, of the movement forward. Yeah, I do feel like a lot of you here got to this reading because you've kind of been feeling listless, but listless because you're unfocused. That's the only reason. That's the only thing that's kind of holding you back right now. So take command. Take command. And take control. So, what else do you have to share with us, Spirit? Let's get some tarot cards. What else would you like to share with us, Spirit? Pile 3. Okay. Yeah, and here's the listlessness. This is kind of what I feel like you're here, napping on the couch with the cat, because you're having a hard time deciding what it is you should be focused on. I know someone like this, and I'm sure they're going to watch this reading. So, focus. Get focused. All right. Let's see, what else do you have to share? How else can you elaborate on this message, Spirit? And we have the 9 of Cups. I'm hearing temptation. She's like a siren. I know that that's not what the 9 of Cups meaning is, but the imagery is like it's almost like this tempting siren, like all of these different ideas and ways of doing things, and all of these different pathways, all the different pathways before you, and I feel like she's also asking you to focus on one thing here. That's what I'm getting here. There's also this request to focus, just like in the bubbles with the octopus, with the focus. It's choose one, and that will really bring you some contentment, which is what the 9 of Cups is about. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell us? Knight of Swords. And, you know, this is kind of like charging ahead, but I think the message is to choose first. Focus and then charge ahead. I'm getting something about expression here, but let's come back to that. We have the King of Wands. Perfect. That's taking charge, and that's taking control. And you see all the cards here. Let me see. I think I need to move everything up a little bit more. There we go. Can you see that? Yeah. What else do you have for us, Spirit? For pile 3, we have the Page of Cups. I think this is where you're at right now. Page of Cups. That it's like this very youthful, excited feeling, whether you are young. You're young at heart, that's for sure. I'm feeling that, definitely. No matter your age, there's that youthful feeling of you can follow all of your dreams, and they'll come true, and they will. But Spirit is just asking you to focus on one right now and do one at a time. And one more card here. Whoa, and that is not one more card. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and we'll take them out. Let's go through them. Ace of Pentacles. Definitely will. These ideas are all abundant. They all have the potential to bring you abundance. Absolutely, most definitely. Let's see what else we have here. We have the Moon. Again, I feel like this is one of the... I talked at the start about having, with the charms, about, you know, maybe things are a bit fantastical for you. There's all of these wonderful ideas and they're all going to come true, and but yet you're feeling listless and unable to actually get things in motion, like things aren't actually happening, because you're kind of stuck in this you're taking that nap and dreaming with the cat there. You're like all of these wonderful ideas, but you actually have to put them into, you have to bring them out from within you, outside of you. They need to have an anchor in the real world. And that's what this focus will do. It'll help you anchor it in the world, in the external world, so that you can continue building on that. We have the Hierophant. And yes, sometimes you do have to follow a certain way of doing things, because it won't all just come to you. You do have to follow some steps to get there, because that's what you need. I feel like there's a lot of, again, this real feeling of anything can happen, and anything can happen. The potential, you have great potential. All of these things can happen, but you have to put that anchor down. You have to get it anchored in the external in order for the universe to help you create it, to keep things going, to keep the ball rolling. And lastly, we have the Seven of Swords, which actually, this is bringing up for me, perhaps you think there's a shortcut to some of this, to not having to do all the work. That you're hoping that, and a good example of that is like, I'm just going to write it down. I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to say the affirmations, and it's going to happen. It's going to come true for me. And that works for some things, but for some of these dreams that you have to anchor the energy in the external world through action. And that is really the gist of this message, is to focus in on an action and get going. You have to do that thing first. You have to anchor the energy in first. And that's what's going to get things moving. And don't be afraid of leaving some things on the shelf for a little while. You'll come back to it. You have lots of time. You have lots of time to explore all of these other ideas that you have. But take one right now, do something to get its energy anchored. That is the message coming through. There aren't shortcuts here at this point. There's no shortcut to anchoring the energy in the world. You need to do something. For those in pile 3, this is something that is part of, I think, the life lessons that you're working on, is that you're likely, I'm feeling like past lives in other places that you have, not on earth, where things have been manifested very easily, where you could just be like, that's what I want, and there it is. Think of it, it happens. But that's not earth, and that's why you chose to be here, was to learn how the energy works here, to learn to master the energy here, to take what you know from your past lives and bring it to other places that you're from, that easy way of manifesting, and to bring it here and to see how it interacts with the energies here, to learn I keep hearing the best way, to learn the best way of working with the earth's energy. And that's actually, there you go, life purpose. Life purpose reading. That's actually one of the reasons that you're going through this right now. It's that type of lesson. It's something that you chose to learn. So go on. It's not going to be too hard for you. It's really just learning to anchor those dreams, the energy of those dreams and goals into the external world here on earth. And let's see, do we want one more card? Sure, why not? I love this. So what, or let's do an oracle. What do we need to know? Since we're talking about past lives, I'm actually going to pull one of these. Because I know, I don't know if it was day 2, I think. I'm being called to remember this card that came out that said, remember who you are. And I think that that kind of ties into this reading. I don't know if that reading is for you. That day 2 reading is for you. It's a little different. It may have that. It may have this in it. And if so, that might be something to touch on, but it's not going to be one that everything resonates with you. That reading, the day 2 reading, it won't fully resonate with you because you're not actually stuck in that deeply. You have a very, very light energy that's it's quite beautiful, and I'm glad you're here and sharing it with me. Let's get this final reading. One last bit of insight, Spirit, for pile 3. What else do you have for us in pile 3, Spirit? One last card, just one. And I think it's going to be, nope, I think it's going to be this one. We have Temple, the wisdom within, quieten external noise. And again, I feel like that's a call to focus. To focus on all of the, I don't want to cover up the person with the cat, it's so cute. To call on, to quiet all of the distractions of the many things that you want to do, the many pathways that are saying, come down this pathway, the many doors that are open for you that you want to pursue and you want to follow. So bring it in. Here's a little bubble. Bring it into the bubble, and one bubble at a time, and then see where it takes you. Wonderful things ahead for you. All 3 readings today were pretty cool, especially 2 and 3 were so just beautiful energy, so hopeful. Pile 1 too, but pile 1 has a little bit harder road to get to this beauty, but potential is there. All right, so that's all I have for you today. Pile 3, thank you for joining me. As always, I love spending this time with you. This is such a wonderful experience to be doing this challenge. I know it's only day 4, but I mean, if you're counting, the 3 pick a card readings, that would be 7 readings already. I've done hundreds though, so it's, this is different though. I haven't focused in on just doing this whole YouTube thing as I am now. And I hope that if you enjoyed it, you like and subscribe. There will be 30 days of readings coming out. Some will be pick a card. Some will be just general reading, where you can just pull what you take, what resonates out of it. Let's see. Also, 25% off in the shop. All readings, not the crystals, just the readings right now. 25% off until the end of the month. So in July, I've got that going on. You can find me on Etsy. That's the only place that I do my readings, that I offer my readings. www.weavingfate.etsy.com, or you can find the link in the description. But alrighty, so day 4 done. I hope to see you tomorrow for day 5. Thanks for joining me, and have a beautiful day. Love you guys. Okay, bye-bye.